Marcellus, I will start with you.
Mm-hmm.
Will this season be a waste and a failure if the Lakers miss the playoffs?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You got to look at this from two lenses. One, the business lens. This team has 3 more national television games than even the Golden State Warriors. Talk about big business. They sell out Staples every single night, and they have even in their downslide the last 5 or 6 years. So in terms of business, LeBron James to the Lakers is great business. In terms of basketball, one of the things I saw through my career, and I still see today, that really damns and undermines players is that we grade people through the growing pain process. Case in point. When you're in practice, it's supposed to be a teaching environment. It's supposed to be about learning the fundamentals, the principles, the scheme, so you can go out there and exhibit it in game situations. What happens is now players are not using their seasons or even their practice opportunities as process of learning. They're using it to just go out there and make plays, make noise, and get wins because of critics and criticism that comes like this. We grade growing pains. This is a team that will win more than the 35 games they won last year. This is a team that is in the process of discovery and learning who they are in terms of a championship drive. LeBron James said it postgame. These young guys are learning what adversity really feels like. They're learning what it takes to win. So all that said, let's not criticize and condemn this team if they don't make some abstract thing called the second round, as Plasky said, or as you're saying, the playoffs at all. As long as they're learning and exposing themselves to greater goods in a championship drive, I respect what the
Marcellus, you have been in the gym. Because you just moved the goalpost all by yourself.
How?
When did LeBron James ever come to L.A. or anywhere and not making the playoffs isn't a waste?
You just moved the goalpost back. You've been in the gym, too. I see you. The suits is laying down on you. Look what you just did. LeBron James always makes the championship. Now you don't move the goalpost to just saying he can make the playoffs, and that's doing
No.
Well, yeah.
It's a waste and a failure if this dude don't make the playoffs.
What's the difference?
Come on now.
Yeah. So if they get swept in the first round, that's all good. Go, LeBron.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm going off with Plasky.
First round.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He can miss the playoffs, and this isn't considered a waste. If the goalpost's been moved that far, who in L.A. signed up for that?
Well, first of all, the whole weakness and adversity thing.
What? No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
You moving them too.
You moving the goalposts.
Let's go one first.
I'm going to stay right here.
Get him.
What he's done is he's spoiled everyone, okay? He spoiled everyone. He's never been hurt a season, 17 games. That's one thing. And he was doing exactly what he should have done when you're fourth in the West, and the West is very competitive, correct? Mm-hmm. He gets hurt 17 games, and now they have to figure it out. If you switch that 6-12 to 12-6, what are we really talking about? If he doesn't get hurt, what are we really talking about? Because he's set it to a high standard. Because LeBron James has set his legacy and, going to the playoffs damn near every year, people are spoiled. I give my dog table food. Guess what? He gonna keep begging for table food. Sometimes, guess what? I ain't got no table food for you. Get your dog food. Okay? So right now, you got to eat the dog food.
And where the dogs at on the Lakers? Where the dogs at? Where they at?
When has LeBron's restaurant ever served dog food? But wow. I guess we're going to get it out here in L.A.
Yeah.
I guess we're going to get it here in L.A.
Part of your synopsis is correct.
Me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
The business point of it, yes. There are some gains for having LeBron James in town, and that's on the business side of basketball. But there's also the basketball side of operations. Mm-hmm. And if they don't make the playoffs, it is a failure. It is, because when you sign LeBron James up to a team, you expect to win in a capacity. But what we have here,
what are you talking
is
about?
We have a set.
I'm talking about what he's saying it's a failure. That's not a failure when that man has missed 17 games. Come on, fellas.
It's a failure.
Are we serious
for the
here?
Los Angeles Lakers, not for LeBron James. It's a failure for the Lakers. He doesn't take that on the shoulders because something happened that was out of his control. I understand what you mean, Cuttino. But for the Los Angeles Lakers, when we sign LeBron James and we look for our season,
no, you're right.
Our
but
goal
Jason
was
and everybody else is saying
I get what you're saying.
They're saying that it's a failure and you put it on LeBron.
It's not on LeBron.
Yes,
It's
he's Superman, but he's not Superman if I miss 17
the Los
games.
Angeles Lakers.
I
He
missed
does not
17
take that
games.
by
I'm
himself.
with you, Cuttino. I'm with you. Keep
I'm
talking.
fourth place. I missed 17 games, and I'm fourth place.
And we just beat Golden State by 20.
You were 2 games out of 10th place at that time. The West is so stacked at just a couple of games.
So that even proves my point that it's not his fault.
But it's not his fault. It's a failure for the Lakers. But there's still time for this.
How is it a failure for the Lakers?
Because when you set your goals at the beginning of the season, you know adversity is going to kick in. We know. That's the best part about the season, getting through the adversity, fighting through things. We know things are going to happen.
That's like the chicken and the egg.
Him being hurt for the season would have been something that, you know what, we can chalk up. And playoffs.
Well, then chalk it up because
but
he lost some.
we can't chalk it up because it's still a lot of basketball to play. And if they don't take advantage of the rest of the season, only being down 2.5 games in the West to the Clippers and Sacramento. Two teams that we are better than. If they do not pass them.
Calm down. One, I don't know what school you went to. I don't know what classes you took, but it's not just pass, fail. You do get grades. And if you're getting grades, there's only one failing grade, F. Everything else shows progress, little progress. Some show satisfactory. Some says above average. Some says excellent. If you're going to sit there and say they get an F for the season if they don't make the playoffs, you like the reality that they get into the playoffs, play Golden State, and get swept out. And you respect that.
They didn't accomplish their goal.
Right.
Their goal was to make the playoffs.
You can go from an F minus
so
to an
Y'all
F.
playing with these words.
They give F minus.
Y'all playing with these words. Some if they don't make the playoffs, then they fail. That's not true. That's like saying when you're 3-7, that's bad. There's circumstances, there's butterfly effects that happen towards this, fellas. You can't just sit here and tell the world that because they don't make the playoffs, if that does happen, if that does not happen, that they fail. LeBron James, the best player in the world, wearing basketball sneakers, was out 17 games. They were in fourth place.
All right, now we can go on to what you really want to talk about, which is factual. There are no perfect human beings. There are no perfect athletes. Everybody has a weakness. And LeBron's weakness is adversity. He does not handle it well. That's my opinion.
Time out. I have this because of adversity. Okay, I have a world championship ring coming back from 3-1 because of adversity on the highest level possible that somebody has never done before in the championship.
Yeah,
so to say a man does not deal well or his weakness is adversity coming from where he came from is an absolute foul. It's absolute.
Exactly.
It's disrespect to the man that he is.
Listen, you can't say. This is why you can't say it. I'm gonna tell you why you can't say it. LeBron James was born with a single mother. Didn't know his father. That's adversity in itself. Us being minorities, that's adversity in itself. Moving 7 times when he's 5 years old, that's adversity in itself. Being on Sports Illustrated 18-year-old and you have to put up with that.
16.
Yeah, 16 years old, and then you come 18 years old, Nike gives you $90 million and you perform? I don't know about adversity, but let me tell you something. He's been going through that his whole life.
Cuttino. And he was blessed with some God-given ability that is unprecedented. It's unprecedented. And let's don't kid ourselves. There's a bunch of guys that we all grew up with, guys in the hood that had just as much talent.
There are.
Listen. Get out of here.
Listen, from two people who have done this, there's so many more than you understand that cannot deal with the adversity.
There's a million of them.
So many that they can't deal with the adversity of trying to get here.
It's a million. It ain't even got to be 6'9". There's kids that want to be doctors. There's guys that want to be doctors, there's guys that are doctors, there's guys that are lawyers. There's people and women that are out there that are minorities that went through adversity that we just don't know about. But because LeBron James, for the past 20-something years, has been on TV and you'll be able to dissect his life, you're saying that his adversity is his weakness? This is not Superman and kryptonite.
No, what have you seen? Because I can give you more to fight.
I saw it first go around in Cleveland. When the adversity really got tough.
We don't judge him by the regular season.
His first go around in Cleveland, guess what happened? He went to the championship in 2007 with a pack of cools.
Walked off, ripping his jersey. I seen it in Miami when he laid down in the Dallas series. when that
The first,
adversity
you talking
hit.
about the first final?
No, I saw it.
Hey,
The
Jason,
first final, they had 3-4 Hall of Famers on that other team.
yeah, you know what you're doing? And this
What?
is something that a lot of people are guilty of because you're using outliers to try to prove what the rule is. And here's the exceptions that you're showing.
Malcolm Gladwell.
Yeah, exactly. Here's the problem. It's selective perception. You're falling into the same rut that people come to LA and say everyone's Hollywood. Everyone got plastic surgery. Everyone out here got a Mercedes. No, it's a lot of Honda Civics out here, but you're not paying attention. You're not paying attention to all the moments of adversity that he's conquered, including that ring, including 0-2 down to Boston last year, including all the times he took a team that people say it wasn't a team to the finals. There's so many moments that it's almost senseless to count those moments. There are more of adverse moments that he's conquered.
Way more.
Way more.
And what you're saying may be true.
It's real.
But weakness and adversity could still be his weakness. And it occasionally gets him, and sometimes
Adversity
it
gets the best
sometimes
of
it
His
doesn't.
weakness is
And
this
some-
team.
of us.
He's the exposure.
I get that.
Okay, he exposed
But in
this team.
adversity, I've seen the guy not handle it well, worse than other great champions. And I'm just telling you, it's a curve. To me, I said this early in his career, he's a lot like Wilt Chamberlain. Sometimes you're blessed with so many physical gifts, the other aspects aren't as strong. And I'm just sorry. That's my opinion. It's, in my view, it's factual. I'm not insulting the things he overcame as a child. There's a bunch. He ain't the only one. We act like he's the only one.
no,
And there's a bunch that have come up out of that. I can go chapter, verse.
You said his weakness is overcoming adversity.
Because
That's
we
what
have,
I said.
Because you have an opinion does not state that as being a
I
fact.
totally agree.
Right.
I can go down a whole laundry list.
I would love you to.
I could go down, a laundry list of adversity that I faced in my life.
Oh.
Of course.
But if,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
no. Let me finish my point.
Go ahead.
But if somebody said, hey, I've seen Whitlock, and he doesn't handle adversity as well as some others.
Okay.
That would be factual.
What about-
And so again, I know everybody thinks LeBron is Jesus.
No.
I don't.
I don't.
And so
I ain't
we
going
just
there.
need to stop this. We need to stop like he's the only one that's overcome adversity. You blessed with those kind of
you're
gifts.
talking
It's like being born Donald Trump with your daddy making hundreds of millions of dollars. That puts you first in line. When you're born with those kind of physical gifts in this country, the way we celebrate
that analogy
sports
is not the same. There's a million guys out. There's a million guys out there that didn't get a chance, got locked up, did a lot of different things that happened.
They didn't have
LeBron James. LeBron James got through all of those
He
circumstances.
worked for that talent. You can't
I'm not
roll out
saying
of
he
bed with
didn't
that.
work for it.
Okay, well, then
I'm
you
not
got to
saying he
respect that
didn't
part of
work.
the
I didn't
process.
say he didn't work for it.
Respect
But y'all
that part of the
sitting around here lying.
No, we're not.
Pretending.
No, we just disagreeing.
Pretending
disagreeing.
that there's a bunch of guys like
Listen,
LeBron
listen,
James.
I'll talk to you because he don't want to listen.
Yeah.
Down 3-1, right?
Yes.
The man laughed at adversity. He had our whole team laughing at
One
the
of the
fact
great
that
moments.
No. The great moment.
Yeah.
The great moment in basketball, in my opinion.
And who'd y'all beat?
The best record
team
of all time.
in regular
And
season.
laughed at it. See, I
Come
think
on,
we're
man.
spoiled by watching
And
other
that's
people
what I
do
said.
it.
We're
Ain't nobody-
spoiled.
We're spoiled because we
I
look
sat
at the
here
top.
and called it
we look
right
at
here on this
one-
show. Don't count the man out.
We look at one
I'm
of
not
300
serious.
million people that play basketball, of youth that play basketball across the world. And we look
Tell
at him and say, you know
Tell
what?
him.
We think it's going to be easy because you have talent. Talent is the smallest
the
part
smallest
of the
thing.
equation.
Go to Vegas
It's the
in
smallest
July
part.
in August and watch
there's
the
people that
15-year-olds walking around.
blog just as well as you, did this, that, whatever. But guess what? You worked hard, you got through it, because we all get a choice. That's what God gives us, a choice. You get a choice. And what you did was you fought through all those
Yeah, I
different
know.
adversities, just like a lot
I'm
of other
not
people
perfect
didn't
in
do.
adversity, and neither is
No
LeBron.
one is
neither are
perfect.
you.
Nobody.
Everybody
I never
else.
said he
That's
was
the point.
perfect.
This
That's not
is-
his
But
weakness.
you're calling it his weakness. That's
Absolutely.
not a weakness, because that means every single one of us
No.
are weak, that are successful.
Whoa. And we are. We all fall short.
So adversity,
So why point him
everyone's
out?
No,
weakness.
but you point him
Because
out like,
again,
like he's
because
weak.
again-
Are you weak? Are you weak? Are you weak?
Nah.
We all have a weakness. We all fall short.
That's
we
different
all
than
have
saying he's
flaws.
weak. That's different.
His flaw
The way
to
you-
me
that's like
is
devil's in
how
the
he
detail.
handles adversity.
I just got
That's
one
a-
question.
that's-
You saying LeBron's weak on this roster when he's the exposer of those who are exposed who are not ready for championship drive. What is the rest of this roster? That's what LeBron has done. He's just shined the light finally.
Not
on
even
this young
championship,
core is not
playoff
ready.
drive.
They're not even
Playoff
They don't even
drive.
have playoff
They don't
drive.
even have
and
playoff
and you point out LeBron. Oh man.
And name a
I
young
don't know
team
who
that's
should
in
I
the
be
hunt for a
blaming? Michael
championship.
Beasley?
None.
I mean, who should I be blaming?
Name one,
Michael
please.
LeBron-
Name one that's won a championship or has
Zubac?
youth
None.
and winning a
He's
championship.
gone.
None.
LeBron and
Who should-
Magic are the ones who have conquered adversity the most on this team. And it's not a perfect process for anybody. But to call out LeBron and single him out when he's just showed you exactly what he's working with, we need to talk more about them.
Wait, can you name me a team over history that's won a championship with youth? With youth as the majority of their roster.
For this team to win a championship.
But what I'm saying, can you name
one? I started
one?
the year out saying they were going to struggle to make the playoffs.
Can you name one in the hunt for a championship with youth?
No, I can't because that's not something I would do.
You say you're not shocked.
I'm not shocked.
They were fourth. Good brother.
Yeah, that was early in the season. What do you mean? I said at the beginning of the season, I was on the record.
So
they're
when they
going
were
to
fourth,
struggle to make the playoffs.
So when they were fourth, before
I thought
LeBron got
they were
hurt,
exceeding my expectations. I'm not sitting here shocked today that they're now not.
So when LeBron James came to LA, did you not think they were going to finish top 8? You're telling me you didn't think they were going to finish top 8?
No, I said it on the show, Cuttino.
Okay. My point. My point. So because he got hurt at 17 games, that's a lot. 3 games is a lot, especially when you out of 10.
Happens, Cuttino. I mean, he was healthy last night, right?
And he had a triple-double.
And he had a triple-double, too.
No. He laid down on defense as
Oh,
well.
no.
That's fair.
That's real.
That's fair to look at his defensive game and say he had a bad defensive game and hold him accountable.
Yeah.
But that's not adversity.
Yeah.
2 possessions.
How many possessions does it take, Cuttino? 10?
I'm just saying, 2
you
possessions.
played this game.
Laying down on defense, you're naming 2 possessions that they lost with.
Later.